Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and a massive shout out to Watcher of Realms for sponsoring this video and giving me an opportunity to talk about my thoughts on Watcher of Realms so far as one of the newer, better games to hit this genre. And given that my audience is going to be a lot of people who have tried Raid Shadow Legends before or currently play, I thought I would maybe do a little bit of comparisons and give you my thoughts on Watcher. And right now, there's actually an Ultimate Showdown going on where you can download the game free of charge and choose a team to participate on. We've got me and Darth on one side of this thing. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? And right now is actually a great time to get into Watcher of Realms because they have a ton of exciting stuff coming for the holiday season. A whole new faction called the Supreme Arbiters, which look amazing, a whole new boss rush mode, a festive themed champion, tons of amazing holiday login rewards that you get automatically, and a free legendary hero for just participating in events. But yeah, anyway, diving into the discussion about Watcher of Realms, you can see here I'm on my main account that I've been developing, and a lot of us within the Fateless and HH Gaming crew have been playing Watcher of Realms for a while. When we were at TwitchCon, we actually did shard pulls for Watcher of Realms live while we were all hanging out, and then Hell Hades uploaded that content over on his channel. A lot of us had our phones out. All right, we're starting with the 10. No, that's all right. That's all right.
It's okay. He's just getting warmed up.
It needs to get warmed up real quick. Yeah.
Okay, two at least.
That's okay.
And we were ripping summons here for Watcher of Realms while all of us were there in person hanging out at TwitchCon, so that was a lot of fun. And most of you should be pretty familiar with what's going on here in Watcher of Realms. It's going to be a hero collector RPG. I can pull up my heroes right here, and you can see something I really like about Watcher of Realms is the aesthetic. I think it really draws that perfect blend of dark fantasy, but then also a good color palette to it where not everything is just like too dark. Like maybe sometimes a game like Diablo 4 gets where it's like a bunch of grays and blacks, but you do get a bunch of color and vibrance in Watcher, but still in that dark fantasy style. So the champions just look amazing, and the overall aesthetic of the game is incredible. And as you can see here, I've been going hard in the paint, and I've got a lot of developed legendaries here. It's pretty realistic to acquire good epics and good legendaries. I think they do a good job of making them desirable, but also realistic for you to acquire. And one that you can get earlier in your journey via certain objectives in the game for progressing is Volca right here. And how amazing does this champion look? I mean, wow. This is one of the best like progression type champions that you can earn in a game. One of the best looking that I've probably ever seen in a game in this genre. And as far as acquiring these champions, it's going to be pretty intuitive. You go to the summon, you'll understand this. You acquire different champions from your uncommon, your rare, your epic, your legendary. And then when you pull a summon, it is going to look like this. I'll show you the animation and what it kind of looks like here as we're acquiring, and then boom, right there. So you would kind of pull enough of these to get your epics and your legendaries and your rares to fill out your roster. And then there's different roles and positioning on the battlefield, which is super interesting. And if I go back into my hero roster, you can see those little icons on the top right of the avatar. And those are actually super important because something very interesting in Watcher of Realms is going to be all the different roles that bring unique things to the battlefield. So you've got your fighters that are going to be up in the front line and fighting melee. Then you've got your defenders that are also going to be melee, but they're more of a tank. So they're more of preventing the opponents from getting to their objectives and maybe won't do as much damage as a fighter. Then you've got your more ranged classes in your marksman, your healer, and your mage. Pretty self-explanatory, but the marksman is going to do interesting things like help you make sure you can deal with those air units before they get past your defenders, your healers to keep your front line alive, and then your mage to crank out a bunch of DPS. And then also something that is super cool, which I haven't seen very much in these games, is some of the different heroes will have special cutscenes like this, special animations that you can watch that really bring them to life when you summon them, when you acquire them, and they have their own special video like this. You can see I'm playing the one here for Volca. And I think these are incredible. They look super cool. They fit the aesthetic of the game, and it really brings a lot of life to your hero roster as you're acquiring these different heroes. And I wish more games would do this, because this is really fun when you pull this champion and then you get a cutscene that introduces them to your roster. And remember how I talked about there's different mechanics here with Watcher of Realms in terms of the melee and the defenders and the DPS and the different roles and actually placing on the battlefield. So I want to show you a fight right here, and what there is a tile battlefield, and you've got to prevent them from getting to the end here. So you're going to be deploying defenders and melee fighters to stop their progress on getting to those blue circles of yours. And then you're going to bring in your supports and your damage. So positioning and the roles within the game and having a good disperse array of different heroes to bring in different situations is going to be very important. So there's like that next level of strategic depth that's really going to help you get rewarded for building a robust roster and playing properly. Instead of just coming up to the battlefield and hitting auto, you do have a lot more fun strategic setup decisions to make. And then when you come up to the end of a fight, you will get presented with your victory screen if you win, and then you also get to see all of the stats right here at the end of the fight, so you can see where you were getting your DPS and your damage taken and your healing and all that. So as you're progressing your account, you can kind of monitor things and see if you're positioning well on the battlefield, or which hero is performing better than the other one. Which one should you invest in, build more into? I love having these stats at the end to see how your positioning and your strategy paid off. Also, something I want to make sure and shout out is something that people don't usually think of a whole lot, but the player profile section in Watcher of Realms is hands down the best I've seen a game do this. They usually fumble this terribly, but in Watcher of Realms you actually get like a hero showcase on your profile where you can show your favorite heroes and the build they are currently in. You have an achievement system where you have goals to pursue that you get rewards for, and I love this. You have a best records section where you can tab through different areas of the game and very easily get a nice layout of your progress and where you're doing well and what teams you're using, different places, and you can pull that all up right here without having to tab through all the different areas of the game. So great job on Watcher of Realms getting a player profile that really makes sense and is intuitive. And they also have a really robust daily sign-in system. I mean, look at this. It goes all the way up to day 180 plus. And even on your first 30 days, look at all these summons you're getting and all of the resource and epic champion here. Lots of things right out the gate. And it goes all the way in perpetuity as you're playing with these free daily sign-in rewards. And there is endless tons of things I could talk about, but I'm trying to give you an introductory look and talk about what I like within this game and showcase it for you so that you can try it out on your end for free and then develop your own opinion compared to mine. So I think this game compares really well to other games like Raid Shadow Legends, and I think it brings a lot to the RPG collector genre with amazing aesthetics, really fun strategic value on the battlefield, different roles among the different champions that actually mean something. It's not just support and damage. It's like they actually affect how they perform on the battlefield based on the role that they have. And then I also love the attention to detail for the things like the cutscenes that some of the heroes get that really brings them to life. So definitely a massive shout out to Watcher of Realms. I've been having a blast playing this along with a lot of my friends in the HH Gaming and the Fateless crew that have been having a lot of fun trying out Watcher of Realms. And remember, you can try it out for free down below. I'm going to provide you with every link you need, QR codes, all that good stuff. And remember to choose my team on the side to fight for in the Ultimate Showdown. So I appreciate all of you. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Peace.